Hi there, and welcome to another video from me, this tutor. And this time we're looking at the Edexcel iGCSE topic of the First World War, and we're looking at the Moroccan crisis, particularly some source skills. So I'm sure the source question is slightly dreaded on this paper. They can be quite challenging to find ideas. Let's work through the similarities question, this time the question 2 on the exam paper, and see if we can work out some ideas, give you some tips for success, and also show you what a really good answer should look like in your exam. Firstly, we're going to focus on the Moroccan crisis. So revise your knowledge in my revision guide of the Moroccan crisis. Then we'll have a quick quiz, and then we'll look through those sources. Okay, so here's a quick quiz. 10 questions about the Kaiser's foreign policy and also looking at the Moroccan events also. So I suggest you have a look through revision guide and revise your knowledge, or have a look through one of my revision videos, and then come back to here and try the quiz. So write your answers in the booklet and see how you get on. Pause me now, off we go. Okay, so here are the answers then. What was the name of the Kaiser's foreign policy? So that was called Weltpolitik, or world policy. Might be really good to remember the German phrase and show off in the exam. And of course, the Kaiser wanted an empire. He was an emperor without an empire. Germany, formed in 1870, had missed out on the scramble for Africa, missed out on some of the colonies being created. So the Kaiser wanted to capitalise on this and have more African empire. But that meant threatening other countries and trying to demand compensation and colonies from them. And a type of battleship that led to the naval race. That's the dreadnought. So from 1906, this larger battleship, faster, stronger, bigger guns the British made. And this led to a rivalry between the British and the Germans for the most dreadnought battleships. What was the name of Britain's naval policy to have twice as many ships as the next power? That was the two-power standard. So what was the point in that? Well, it was all about Britain had to have two navies, one to protect Britain and one to protect its empire. So therefore it needed a navy equivalent to the next biggest size to defend its home waters, as it were, against threats. What was the name of the Morocco Conference in 1906? That's the Algeciras Conference. So this was the initial conference where there was a bit of an argument between the French and the Germans about who sort of dominated Morocco, and the Kaiser was trying to protect the Sultan against French influence. Really, it was the Kaiser trying to test the new entente between Britain and France. And obviously, it's a bit of a failure because it ended up pushing the British and French closer together against Germany. So, of course, question 5 is about that as well. What did the Kaiser wish to test in the 1906 conference? And as I said, it's the entente cordiale between Great Britain and France. Which year was the Agadir crisis? That was 1911. And question 7, name the German battleship sent into Agadir by the Kaiser. That was the Panther. So what's the Agadir crisis all about? So this is much more about Moroccan people rising up in a protest and French crushing the protest. And then the French claiming they need to control Morocco because it was in disorder and chaos and protect those French economic interests. And the Kaiser, fearing that the French were going to turn Morocco into a colony, arrived with a battleship to try to protect the Sultan against this French imperialism. So let's have a look at the next question. So question number 8. In 1908, Germany gave Austria-Hungary full support after they took control of which countries? That's Bosnia and the Bosnian crisis. So this is where there was a Bosnian uprising and it was crushed by the Austro-Hungarians, and then they seized control of the region, much to the dismay of the Serbians, who thought that Bosnia should be independent or part of Serbia because it had lots more Serbians in it. And this started to lead to a rivalry between Serbia and Austria-Hungary. Things like the Black Hand emerging and sort of Serbian terrorist groups. Question 9. When was the First Balkan War? That's October 1912 to May 1913. So now we've got the Balkan nationalism emerging and how that's going to threaten events in the region as Serbia becomes more powerful and maybe start to threaten Austria-Hungary. And which country grew enormously and led to increased nationalism in the Second Balkan War? So Serbia. And of course, they were the largest nation now in the region, and they wanted to protect the Balkans against Austro-Hungarian aggression. So now, if you find this tutoring video really useful, then do have a look at my other videos and also my revision guides. They are packed full of revision notes, revision videos, and also tutoring videos to help you towards success. I am an examiner, a head of history. I know the skills you need to do well. So have a look at these to tutor you through to success. If you can't afford an expensive history tutor, then use these revision guides and I will tutor you through to success. So here's question 2, the question we're going to look at in this video. So how far does source A support the evidence of source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis of 1911 on relations in Europe. Explain your answer. And here are the two sources. And before we look at this in any more detail, let's have a think about actually what skills we need to show based on the wording in this question about looking at the sources as well. What do you think are the skills for full marks this question? Now, if you've worked through some of the videos, you'll know this is a common theme. I believe that you knowing how to answer the question successfully is just as important as knowing the knowledge of the questions. You need to tick off all the things in the mark scheme to be successful. So look at the wording in the question now and think about what you would do to answer this question correctly, and then I'll go through some ideas with you. So pause me now and have a think. Okay, so here's my ideas. So firstly, you need to extract ideas and messages from both sources and start to compare them. Okay, then for 5 marks and above, you need to suggest ways that sources support one another and ways they do not support one another. Okay, so just basic suggestions from the sources is going to get you 1 to 4 marks. Then explain similarities and differences with some knowledge to support your judgments. So you need to show an understanding of the topic in your suggestions and in your ideas. A little bit of sort of knowing explanations is important. Then assess how the provenance of the source impacts the similarities and differences. So think about how the who made it, when it was made, what it is, impacts the similarities. Then conclude how far they are similar at the end, so you've given your overall judgment. So now have a look over the sources. See if you can work out the main messages from them and see if you can work out the main provenance ideas from them. You can label these ideas in your revision guide, around the revision guide. If you don't have my revision guide, then obviously you can do this on some paper. And obviously don't forget, if you find this video useful, do have a look at my revision guide for more questions and ideas. So pause me now and label your ideas, and then we'll go through some ideas together. Okay, so here's some ideas then. So source A, firstly, you could suggest from it that the Kaiser is now fearful of the Entente Cordiale and knows that Germany and the Entente are enemies together. You can see that in the first couple of lines. Now we know where our enemy stands, like a flash of lightning in the night. So it's clear that the Germans now have a big rivalry with the British and the French. What about source B? Source B suggests the Kaiser is aggressive as he's trying to smash the French in the town of Agadir. For instance, he arrived in a battleship for his negotiations, and that might suggest him in the water is the battleship, perhaps. What about provenance? So A is the provenance from German perspective, of course. They see the British and French have done them wrong. So it's a speech in the Reichstag very much by the Kaiser and his perspective. He is trying to convince the Reichstag that perhaps they need to prepare for war. B is again a German cartoon, so it's very much the provenance is German, 1912, after the event. It's meant that people have had time to reflect on the mistakes maybe of the Kaiser. They think maybe he's been too aggressive perhaps, or maybe they're happy with his aggression. So you could start to talk about similarities perhaps for both of them being German perspectives, both of them about aggression perhaps. You can already start to see some similarities. So how do we write our answer? So we want to use appeal style perhaps. Make a point. Source A supports source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis to some extent or to a large extent because, and then give an argument. We might then say, for example, source A has this idea. Similarly, source B has this idea. So if we're talking about similarities, the word similarly is really useful to use. If we're going to say some differences, we might say, however, source B shows this and talk about some differences. Then we explain, therefore, source A supports source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis because. Or if we said, however, they're different, therefore, source A does not support source B because. So we can be setting out our idea and explaining it there with a little bit of knowledge in our answer. And finally, we can do like a furthermore or a however. So if we think they're really similar, we could say furthermore and give another sort of idea of similarity. And then, or if we think there's a little bit of similarity, we've explained one similarity, but we want to say actually, however, there's a slight difference, we can now say however and give a difference. So let's work through this together. Now, we've already started to highlight that there is some similarities about the aggression of the Germans and how this aggression is leading to more tension. So let's make that point there. So source A supports source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis to some extent or to a large extent because, and we've clearly seen in both sources that the Kaiser is quite aggressive and this could lead to tension. So maybe you could set this out in your argument. Pause me now and you give your opening sentence in your revision guide. So I've said source A supports source B about the impact of the Agder crisis to a large extent, I've said, because they both support and suggest that Germany is causing increased tension in Europe. Now we need to support that with some evidence. So we think they're both supporting each other. So we need to say similarly in our evidence. So now say, for example, give a source A idea, then say similarly, and then a source B idea that both show the increasing tension caused by the Kaiser's actions. If you've got a different idea, that's great, but you need to then support that with some evidence from the sources. Try and use both sources together. Pause me now and away you go. Okay, so I said, for example, source A suggests that the Kaiser thinks the Entente Cordiale, the British and the French, are the enemy as they are stopping German progress. Similarly, source B shows the Kaiser smashing Agadir, and this suggests he is being aggressive at Agadir, and this would upset the British and the French. So we can start to see some similarities of how tension and aggression is developing. So now we need to explain that. So explain why, with a little bit of knowledge of the events about Morocco and about maybe the Entente, why there's tension and aggression developing here. So pause me now and away we go. So I've said, therefore, source A supports source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis on Europe because the Kaiser wants to be aggressive after the Agadir crisis and smash Britain and France. He is upset that the British and French defeated him at Agadir and the French got control of Morocco and not Germany. Let's think about it furthermore then, shall we? So we think obviously these sources are very much similar to a large extent. So is there another way in which they support each other in their messages that show Kaiser's going to lead to more tension perhaps? So pause now and have a think of another idea if you can about how these events can lead to further tension. Okay, here's my idea. It's furthermore, the sources support each other about the impact of Morocco as the aggression of the Kaiser led to the British and French beginning military planning together due to the Kaiser's aggressive actions. So let's consider the provenance now for our second paragraph. So here are the provenance ideas we had, and we can start to see there's some similarities but also some differences. They're from different time periods, slightly different perspectives. Remember that one source is quite positive, the Kaiser saying that Britain and France are the enemies, whereas the second source sort of shows the Kaiser being too aggressive and overreacting. So source A, the provenance is the Kaiser, and so obviously he's going to be positive about what he does. Source B is after the event and seems to be quite critical, having the benefit of hindsight after the event. So maybe we could explain that type of idea, about how they are not really supportive of one another. So you can see how we're going to do this. We're going to talk about our argument first of all, making our point. We're going to give the evidence from each source. We can say similarly or whereas to support our ideas. If we're saying difference, we're going to say whereas, and then we're going to explain if they support each other or not with a little bit of our knowledge-based understanding. So let's now give this a go. I'm not going to talk you through step by step. Have an idea yourself, write your idea, and then come back to an example answer from me and you can assess based on that idea. So pause me now and away you go. Okay, so here's my idea. I've said, secondly, source A supports source B about the impact of the Agadir crisis, only to some extent because they have different perspectives as they're from different times. For example, source A was from the Kaiser and thus gives his view shortly after the event, whereas source B was published the following year and has given time for people to reflect and begin to criticise the Kaiser. This means source A does not totally support source B, as during and after the event the Kaiser was trying to break the Entente as he felt threatened by it and was overly aggressive. However, source B was published after the event. By this time, people felt that the Kaiser had been too aggressive at Agadir and had embarrassed himself and failed. In fact, it caused greater unity between Britain, France and Russia. This meant the sources do not totally agree, as B suggests it was a failure the Kaiser was. A is his own view, and he would not admit failure, of course. And then you can conclude. In conclusion, A mostly supports B and round off your idea. And finally, if you've had a look at my question 3 video, so maybe you want to come back to this later on when you have, and you could have a practice of a question 3 using source A and B and using this extract here to practice your interpretation skills. Maybe a little extension task for you. Okay, well, I hope you find those tips useful to help you with your source question 2. And you've also managed to think about your Moroccan Crisis a little bit, also in the different events there. And if you found it useful, do have a look at my playlist to revise your knowledge with my talk through revision videos, also my tutoring videos. And of course, if these are useful, you should have a look at my revision guide as well. You can find information for that in the video information. Well, hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.